For anyone watching, you probably know that meeting the parents of your significant other can be awkward and nerve-wracking. But for the guys, we're always scared because not only do we have to make a great impression, but on top of that, we know this dad hates us and is most likely thinking of us as just some guy trying to get with his daughter. I mean, he's not wrong, but now I gotta be ready to fight. This is why I hate meeting parents, especially traditional Asian parents. But Asian parents, they take it to a whole nother level. They beat their own kids. You best believe they will destroy any guy that tries to get with their daughter.
Oh, so you want to sleep with my daughter? I'll kill you.
But my parents are an exception because even though my dad is Asian with a thick fob accent, he acts super whitewashed. And even though my mom is white as Wonder Bread, she acts like a tiger Asian parent, which entails strict rules about having no freedom or trust between the child and parent.
And the beatings. Child abuse.
However, the summer after grade 11, my mom made one huge mistake. Now, I will admit, around this time, I was not a good kid and often pushed my mom. But this one time, I broke her. And what she said next blew my mind. Remember, this is my white Asian mom, the one who disciplined me. I don't care anymore. Do whatever you want. Blah, blah, blah. Blah, blah, blah. Yeah, let's just say I stopped listening. Because all I heard was whatever I wanted. So I spent the majority of that summer going out till 4 in the morning with my best friend. And my best friend was actually dating an Asian girl who had an older sister. So there was only one thing to do. Sleep with his girl. I mean, make out with her older sister. Obviously. But that was the beginning of our thing, and things went great. The 4 of us were always together. We went on double dates. Everything was going amazing until that day. The day we met their dad. So the night before, my friend and I stayed up all night long doing something amazing and so cool and yeah, we played League. Well, after literally dying from lack of sleep, we decided the best thing to do was go to our girl's house that next morning. The biggest mistake of our lives. Let's just pause here. Let me just paint the scene for where we stayed that morning. So their family won a smaller lottery. So they built a brand new house and attached it to their old house. Now, this new part of the house had a theater in the basement. And I mean a legit theater. It had a projector, a screen, theater seats, and it even had a second level behind the seats that fit 2 small couches. And that's where we stayed that morning. The girls put on a movie and my friend and his girl cuddled on the front seats, then fell asleep. Now, I was on the back couch in the corner, and guess who decides to try and join me?
What's up?
Nothing. Well, what are you doing? This girl's parents were divorced. I mean, whose isn't? Am I right? But see, this would have been beneficial to me for avoiding her father. However, remember how I said they had 2 houses basically attached to each other? Well, this girl's parents, instead of being logical and having one move out, decided to live together and split each house. So this girl had an Asian, bitter, divorced father ready to murder me. And this girl was trying to cuddle me? I simply said, nah, you gotta go on that couch. It's not even like I was trying to be rude. I just, I'm going into grade 12, my dude. I have my whole life ahead of me. I'm not about to die over some girl I'm not even dating. So I forced her on the opposite couch, and I was happily sleeping on my couch. Then suddenly, without warning, I was woken up by a beam of light hitting my eyes and slowly spreading across my face. And as my eyes finally regained focus, I could see there the dad was, standing in the doorway. He must not have seen my friend with his other daughter, because after quickly scanning my power level, he left, and the beam of light with him. I went to peek over my friend's seat to see if he was woken up by the same light, but they were still sound asleep. And as I'm about to go back on my couch, I turn around, and this girl is just laying there. What are you doing? Did you not just see your dad? That was a sign from God herself. You need to get back on that couch. Then she hit me with some of that seducing women talk.
He already checked up on us. He's not coming back. I promise.
Okay. Maybe she didn't say it like that, but could have fooled me.
I was just so exhausted. My eyes could barely stay open, and I fell for her evil female tactics. So yeah, I passed out with her lying on my arm. And I'm woken up by the exact same beam of light, but my vision is all blurry. All I can see is an outline of a shadow standing in the doorway. Time slowed down with every breath I took. I looked to my left, nothing but regret in my arms. I looked back at the door. The figure had not moved an inch. Seconds felt like hours. My mind went blank.
Is this the end? No. I've been through too many of my mom's beatings to let this defeat me. I will find a way. I have to.
I covered my face with a pillow. I know what you're thinking, but I couldn't help it. His daughter was laying on one of my arms. I couldn't do anything. And as I was staring into the never-ending dark void of this pillow that's covering my eyes, I listened closely. And nothing. Then finally, he took his last step. I could feel him standing right next to me. Her dad took the pillow off my face and stared me dead in my eyes with the coldest stare in the world. My body froze. I couldn't move no matter how hard I tried. And then he slowly lifted up his arm and smashed it into my face. Nah, but can you imagine if that actually happened? Nope, he just turned around and left. After that, I woke up everyone, and in the middle of explaining to them what just happened, their dad yelled for the girls in the scariest fob accent in the world. Come upstairs, right now. And up they went. But then he continued to yell at them for 2 hours, saying some pretty bad things that I probably shouldn't say. Now the problem was, my friend and I were not trying to stay there, but our shoes were where they were getting yelled at. So we just sat there listening to him scream and wonder what would happen to us. Needless to say, I survived. And 2 weeks later, that girl and I clearly did not end up together. But I mean, 3 years after this incident, she did get pregnant with her new dude. So I mean, jokes on the dad? I would have been a great dad.